Yeah, I feel like this is a pretty good view here. Let's see. See how it looks. Let me know. Sorry I'm a little bit late tonight, but just working on some stuff. Let me just check my phone and see what kind of view we have here. How's everybody doing tonight? Yeah, it looks pretty good actually right off the bat. Maybe just move it just slightly. Oh, that's probably too much, and that's probably too much the other way. That looks really good. Okay, hey everybody. Welcome back to 8-Ball 101, where I shoot 5 racks of 8-ball, and I just talk you through my process, what I'm thinking while I'm shooting. And I also get feedback from you guys in the comments, and it helps me to learn. It helps me to reevaluate some of my patterns, and I really appreciate it. And I appreciate all the support. So thanks for tuning in. And I'm just gonna get it going. Hey Tony. I see they canceled the men's event of the Canada Open. So it's probably a good thing that you didn't schedule that, because that would have been a downer, eh? I'm still playing the CSI amateur event, the 10-ball and 8-ball singles. So we'll see how I do. My Fargo rating is 625. So hopefully I can take out some players with higher Fargos and pump mine up a little bit. Have a couple good matches. That'd be nice. Also, I got this brand new Town chalk I'm using today, V10. Yeah, totally was. Matchroom scheduling that event. I tell you what, I know a few people that are pretty pissed off about that, honestly, because that was a big event for Canada and really disappointing. We were trying to get a really good event going there, and then Matchroom, they seemed like they already knew that date was taken by Predator, but they decided to do the European Open on the same weekend. So we'll see. Not very nice, but it's the way the world works sometimes. Yeah, it is a real shame. So let's start rack number 1. Pretty cold, not playing that great, but I did have a really good 14.1 session on Thursday. I don't know if anyone, it's on my channel, but I shot I didn't get any high runs. I got a 50, 53, I think, but I only did 10 attempts, and I averaged 20.7 balls per inning for over 10 attempts, so that was pretty good. Oh man, took my eye off the ball there. There we go. Okay. Right, nothing down. First thing I see is solids. Because that 9-ball or 7-ball in the corner here, it's obviously blocking all of these stripes, and the 8 currently. But once we get that out, the 8 will go. So I see a 5 is pretty easily potted into the side here. Our trouble ball actually is our 6. The rest of the solids seem pretty open. So for me right now, I'm thinking about how am I going to deal with that 6 ball. Okay. And there is a risky shot. I could play the 5 into the middle and come off the rail and try to hit this 11 ball. Just gently enough where I can make the 6. Or if I hit the high side of it, hopefully not tie up the 8. But so far that's the first plan I see. Oh, I just spotted another one. So because the table is open, I'm able to play a straight solid combo. So I could shoot this 11 into the 7 and try to make sure that it gets out of the way of the 8, so the 8 is still available in both pockets. That would be ideal. And I can open up the 6 ball that way. So I think that's a smart way to play it. So I'm going to try that, call the 7 ball. Okay, I made them both. So that's all right. And I have the 5 ball. So we'll leave that 6 ball for last. How do we get on the 6? Be nice to use the 1 to get on the 6, but so I see making this 5 ball here. Probably want to play for the 2 instead of the 1. But I have such tight pockets, it's just in the middle here that I just have to really focus on making this. Okay. So I made that. And I have the 2 or the 1. I'm going to play the 2 and I'm going to stun up and down for the 4 here. Okay, well I came into the 4. I didn't get the bounce that I wanted. But the 4 does go, and the 3 goes in the middle as well. Okay, so that was a little bit of a fortunate rub there. That could have went south. It's a tight shot into the middle here. Really don't like that. Don't have the 1. The 3 doesn't go in the corner, otherwise I would take it up into the corner. I do have the 4 ball here. The 1 ball goes in the corner. So I could shoot the 4 and stun underneath. If I overhit, I have a lot of good things that can happen here. I can end up on the 1. I can even overhit it a bit, end up on the 3, or even overhit it more and end up on the 1 again. So just got to really focus on the pot here and hit it confidently. That's what I'm thinking right now when I'm playing this shot. Oh, we just rattled it. Man. We got on the 3, but okay, so we sold out the farm. We're stripes now. And how do we get out here from stripes? So this 12 is a little bit of a problem ball because it doesn't go into this corner here. It goes here. So I'd like to play for that first. I'll play for the 13 and the 12, so I'll try to stun to like right here. Okay, now I have the choice, right? 13 and 12. And that 14, you know, it's not a bad last ball. Just really got to pick a plan here and stick with it. So I don't mind playing the 12 to the 13 and shooting the 13 and coming across for the 10. Do the 10, 9, 14, 8, right? Just a stop shot here. I'm just going to come across for the 10. A little bit straighter on the 10 than we wanted to be, but I think we can kind of stun a bit and pop out for this 9 ball bit. Okay, natural angle is taking us past the 8 ball here, so we'll just play a stun, just a slow draw here to get a stop shot, so that we can hit our tangent line. Right? Because I was worried about getting hooked there. So now I can stun this a bit and come up and shoot the 8 past the 6, or I could draw. You know, whatever you're more comfortable with here is okay. Just a little natural roll there, and this 8 ball goes past the 6. So not the best first game. We didn't get our run out. We like to get a run out once a week out of 5 games, but we didn't get it that right. So on to the next. Really love the Town Chalk. It works really well. They probably need to sponsor me, but maybe my buddy Tony can give his buddy Mika a call and they can hook me up. It's all about who you know. Come on, we're trying to get back to the community here, and we're also trying to learn. Hey, let me just grab quick water. Okay, this rack is brought to you by Bubbly, all right? Anybody who knows Bubbly, have them give me a call for that promotional marketing I just did for them. Master chalk for you, eh? Okay, Jim. Okay, use master. It's all good, man. But I love master as well, but there's no match for the cleanliness of the Talon chalk. It's just so clean. Oh man, that was a bit of a lousy break. Rack number 2. And we got a bit of a mess to deal with here. Stripes or solids. Let's see which is the lesser of two evils. Is this combo lined up? Not really. But it might be if you hit it from the 4. On this side, the 14, that would push the 5 over. So I do believe that combo is makeable. With that combo, the only other problem is the 6 ball. So you could use the 3 to break out the 6, or you could get a good angle on the 1 and come up underneath and break out the 6. So that's how I would solve solids. I don't really see a shot for stripes, so that's what I'm going to try. I'm going to try to come over for this 4 ball, and then what? I could also break out this off the 4. Break the 14-5 off of the 4 ball. Thing about solids is the 8 ball is tough. So if I hit this 4 here, where do I bring my cue ball? I would almost prefer to be under here if I can be, to hit the 4 straight on, so I can control the cue ball. Can I get there? Doesn't look like I can. I might have to save that for later. I'm going to draw this. I'm going to try to draw it in and around here. I'm going to play the 1 and come and break out this problem first. By fluke, I might actually break out that 5. So that's what I'm going to try. Just draw it to about here. And then I'm going to try to come 2 cushions into this 6. Right? Oh man, how do you go in off that? Wow. I did not see that potential to scratch at that angle, because the 6 and 15 were almost past this section, so it had to kind of... Oh man, I'll have to watch that back in the video. Ah, that sucks. Okay, we got ball in hand, and now we're stripes. And how are we going to punish our opponent with that scratch? We're in a great position. We have ball in hand, and the only trouble ball we really have is the 14, and it looks like it goes. So for sure, ball in hand, I'm going to make that 14 ball. I'm looking at the 15 because I felt like I could stun over for the 15. But maybe the 15 is a bit of a problem too. So the way I see to solve that is to play this 15 and roll down here for the 14. Right? Because the 15 is blocked, it only goes into the sides. I could break out the 14, but the 14 goes, so I don't want to tempt fate. I like to just play position. Looks like I'm okay from there. Didn't want to get greedy, just wanted to get position. So now, what can we do? Looks like I can play for this 10 ball next. I'm almost straight here. I think stunning a bit for the 10 is the only shot I have, really. Then I'll use the 10 and I'll come underneath and try to play for the 11 or the 13. Right? Let's try to get over for this 10 ball now. Ooh, I got more stun on it than I thought I could. Well, I got fortunate there because I have a lot of different stripes around the area. So this actually worked out in our favor because now we can open up this 12, 11. Right? Now the 9 ball is a little bit tricky, but it goes after the 10. So have to play the 10 next. And where do I want to be shooting the 10? Well, if I were actually right where the 11 is now, I'd be perfect. I could come out here for the 13 or the 9. I could play up this way. Try to get it up this way. Let's look at the angle here. I think it lays fairly well to just try to get the cue ball right where the 11 ball is right now. Just bounce off the end cushion and back up. Right? So that's pretty good. Now we can play that shot where we thread the needle between the 4 and the 9. It lays pretty natural for that. It's a bit of a tight window, but we have a perfect angle here. We'll try to get all the way up for a straight in on the 13 if possible. Whoa, 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 whoa. I can't believe I hit it that hard. Oh! Wow. I need to hit that a little wider. Just a little wider. Okay. Well, this is a 3-shot game. This game, that's not a good... It's not a good start. Our first rack was a 2-shot game. Now we got a 3-shot game. The hardest thing here is the 8-ball. You know, getting position on the 8-ball is a little bit tricky here. So depending how confident a player is, me, I play a lot of straight pulls, so I'm not really afraid of this shot. If you haven't seen Andrew Cleary's video on the follow system, check it out. It's awesome. It's on his channel called Just the Tips. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up a line on the 4 ball here from the back of the 4 to the 9. And I'm going to imagine this line right here. This point, I want to be aiming for this point with top when I'm potting this 4 ball. So I'm going to try to line it up so that I'm potting the 4 and also I'm hitting that point with top. If that makes sense. So now that's kind of where I have it lined up. So now if I play this into the middle with top, I should hit directly into the 9, and then I'll have the 5 ball. And that'll open up my 8 to both corners. Okay. I didn't hit the 9 as full as I thought I was going to. But that's all right. We did open up the 8 ball. So if we make a good shot on the 7 here, we're out. As long as I don't have the pole here, I'll just roll this in for the 3 ball. And I'll try to get straight in on this 5. And then I'll just roll down for the 8. that's what I was thinking through the second rack. So I hope my insight is getting better. I'm trying to learn how to talk through what I'm thinking. And without getting too tied up in the comments or the ideas that you guys are sharing with me, I go back and check those out after. Okay, so keep doing that. I really appreciate it, even though I'm not checking the comments now. And I realize I did do that in my first couple episodes, but I'm trying a new thing where I'm just talking through what I'm thinking while I'm playing. And if it's different than what you're thinking, let me know what you're thinking, because I'm learning things from your suggestions. And you guys are pointing out errors I'm making when I'm moving, why I missed, how I got myself in trouble. And I really appreciate that feedback. So that was rack 2. All right. Take a little drink here and see what's going on in the chat. Okay, bank time, yeah, I agree with you as usual. You've pointed out a lot of great stuff that I picked up on, bank time. Thanks. Rack number 3. Really good control on that cue ball. Didn't make a ball though. Really unfortunate. Okay, can we get a run out here or what? Not the easiest of tables. 11 balls tied up. 14 ball can be tricky. Can use the 13 as an opener. I don't mind the 9 to come off the cushion and try to break out the 11. I would love to have the 13 there though when I did that, so that I could break out the 11 and have the 13 as a backup ball. But I just don't see a great opener. Maybe the 10. Maybe play the 10 and play a touchy shot, do or die on the 14. I mean, if we make that shot, we have a really good chance of getting out. Still got to come back for this 15 though somehow. I'm going to try to play the 10 and come 2 rails in and hit this 6 ball. A lot of good things can happen there. I could hit the 6 into the 8, the cue ball slides down. If I slide too far, I got the 11. I could slide for a perfect 12. I could end up with my perfect breakout angle. So I think I see that 10 ball and play bottom left and 2 rails come into the 6. Let's see how this is going to work out. Okay, so I'm looking at where I want to hit the 6 and my ghost ball, and I'm looking in between the 2, putting the line there and lining it up to the corner. Now this is where I kind of want the cue ball to hit in order to come 2 rails and hit that 6 ball. So that's what I'm looking at there. So now I'm visualizing how much spin I need to have on this cue ball in order to pot that 10 and get my cue ball off this diamond here the way I want, with a little running English. So I'm visualizing the whole shot and coming out of the corner and hitting the 6. I'm visualizing that right now. Now I'm going to look at my contact point, keep my eyes locked on it, come back, step back. Now I'm going to step into the shot. I visualized it, now I'm going to execute it. I didn't think I would hit it that full. I really thought I would hit the top of the 6. Now I don't know if this is this is worse than better, really. So now what I'd like to do is get rid of this 13 and then use this 15 to come under into this 3 ball. Because I think with the cue ball coming this way, hitting the balls out, and the cue ball coming through this way, I think I got a good chance for a shot. But I'd like this 15 or 13 ball out of here so that I could potentially end up with a shot on the 9 or the 11. And I'd like to leave the 12 there as well if I can. So I really want to get here for the 15. And I think I can do that off the 13. So right now I'm looking at how can I make this 14 to get my position on the 13 that I need. Right? That's what I'm looking at. So, see, I can come kind of 2 rails here and out for the 13. That's not bad. So again, if I look at this potting angle and my 2 rails, or where I want to come through, visualize that, take that parallel angle. I know this is pretty much where I want my cue ball hitting to make that happen. So how can I pot this and make my cue ball hit there well? That's going to determine how I hit it. So in this situation, I have to hit it with a stun top. So I'm hitting it like 1 o'clock, but just out of the center. Oh, and man, that didn't work out. I didn't get into it enough. So now I have a decision to make. I have to make this 13, and then I have to get on my breakout shot off the 12, which is getting pretty demanding. Let's try it. Looks like we held for it. That's good. Now we need to try to hold a little more here. Maybe we should let it bounce off the end cushion. I didn't want that spin on there. Got a little too much spin. I want it to be here. So now this is tough. I gotta hit this with a lot of inside spin. Well, what if we gave up on the run out here and we actually played what I would play here, which is maybe I would try to play safe here and develop something. The way I can play safe, and I got to be careful not to leave the 13, is I got to roll this cue ball into the 9, using the 9 to block as much as possible, and I need to freeze the cue ball to the back side of this 11 ball. So let's see if we can do that. Safety shot. See if that's going to win us this game. Now we made our dime ball a little more open. However, we also left our opponent an easy safety here. So now if I'm solids, what I'm going to do is I'm going to knock this 5 ball 3 rails around. I'm going to stun my cue ball right back into this hole here and try to tie my opponent up as much as possible, taking away the jump shots and everything, right? Playing this with a low cue ball, just trying to lightly stun over behind the 2. Soft draw, just to get a stop shot. Lots of spin here for control. Okay, we got it. It's nice. We froze it up pretty good there. And we moved our 5 into a great position. Now, what do we play here as stripes? Walking you through the safety game here a little bit. If you're stripes, what's your safest shot? Try to make it as tough on your opponent as possible, right? I think maybe trying to kick this 15, you know, you're leaving your opponent pretty tough there. And that's pretty much all you can do in this situation, I think. Another thing I could try to do, it's not really, this 8-ball's in a pretty bad spot to try to get in behind here. But even then, coming into these, I think you're guaranteed to sell out. So as long as you can get a hit here, I think that's a good way to try. This is a good hit to try here. So okay. See if I can get a good hit here. No, it came a little wide. All right, so we gave up the ball in hand there to Solids. And Solids still has a couple issues now. The 3-ball, it does go. 6-ball goes. So I think shoot the 3, come out for the 4, or you can shoot the 4 and break out the 3. I mean, I don't mind with the ball in hand. Just coming in here and making this 3-ball and drawing out for the 4-1. Now I'll take the 4. I can draw back or I can use the 5, whatever you're comfortable with. Okay. Looks like I got this 6 into the corner. So use the 6, 1, 5, and then I'll finish with these 2 balls. To be just a little bit on this side so that I could draw towards these balls, get a little closer. And that's pretty much a stop shot here. So I got a slight angle, but just try to hold it there, hold the cue ball. Right. Now where do I want to be on this? I'd like to be just slightly offline on the 2 so that I could come back out for the 3. So try to get somewhere in here. Not too bad. We've got a pretty decent angle on the 2 to come out and get straight in or a little off center on the 7-ball here. So just a half a tip below center. Don't want to draw too much because then you'll give yourself a back cut where you got to come across, right? So if you like that kind of shot, it's no problem, and you know we might end up with that, but I'm trying to just get more of a stun so that I can come a little straighter out here. I think it's a little easier to shoot that in than get on the 8-ball. So half a tip below center, firm stroke. That's just about perfect. And now we're going to hit this 7-ball the exact same way. Half tip below center. Just a little pop stroke. And we got a good 8-ball here. We got nice, lots of room for a bridge hand. So bit of a safety war that game was. Curious to see if you guys would have played it the same way. Let me know in the comments. And we're on to rack number 3. I thought of an idea for a new 14.1 show. So I'm going to start that. I think I'm going to do 10 episodes of 8Ball 101. It hasn't been a great success or anything, but it's been fun. So, seem to have more viewers for the 14.1, and I actually really enjoy that game, so I'd really still love to make 100 balls. But I have a new concept for a new live stream on straight pool. It's not going to be the same as the last one that I did. Straight pool saga. It's going to be different. It's going to be a little bit of a shorter program. Okay? So it'll be better. Okay, here we go, rack number 4. Too much top on there. Broke dry again. Looks like a pretty possible run out here. Stripes or solids. Difficulty here with the 14 and the 3. And for stripes, you got this little combo to deal with as well. So I think the 3 goes in the middle here. So I really like the solids. I would maybe start with the 5, but if I wasn't hampered. But I also have this beautiful 2-ball here. So I think I'll try to play for the 7 here. You know, a lot of good things can happen. I could play the 1, but I think playing for the 7 and then the 5. I don't know, maybe the 1-4, maybe getting on this 1 ball would be key, right? Because then we could get the 4 out. But then how do we get on the, you know, it'd be nice 6 goes to the 3. Let's see here. Four's got to go before the 6, right? Because the 6 only goes there. Where else does the 6 go? 6 will go up in that corner down there, but it's not ideal. It also goes in that corner, and it goes in this corner, but the 4 is in the way. So I think we got to deal with the 1-4, and then maybe use the 3 to get over here for these 3 balls. Let's see how that works. We could also try to come into the 14-3, but like I said, I don't like to come into them if I don't have to. So we'll play the 1 ball here and then the 4. really get where I wanted to here on this one ball. I'm too straight in. Well, let's see what we can do here. Try to get myself as straight on this floor as I can, because I think I can draw it away and then play with spin, maybe get on the 3 here. Or I could play top into the, I don't like it though, because if I miss the 10, and a lot of bad things can happen there, I'd like to try to avoid that. So I'm going to try to play this with bottom and avoid the corner. I don't really like this shot. Let me see what I have here. I mean, it's a touchy shot, but playing to right here, this would be ideal. Shooting the 3 in the middle to solve the rack if we were going to do that. Don't know if I can thread this needle here. It's really tight. So you're going to play this with bottom, like I said, and try to get out to that position I just found. And it's a tough shot, but let's see. We're going to try to come off the cushion under the 13 there and back. It's a straight bottom. Well, that's not what we wanted at all. And I think we got the worst of it here. We don't really have a shot. The only shot we have is a bank on the 7, bank side, or we could try to hit the 7 into the 11 and make it follow it into the side. You know? Which I don't mind that shot. That's kind of, I think, our best option. Or we can shoot it off the 11 into the corner. That would be a pretty nice shot. You know, for the cameras, let's try it. 7 in the corner off the 11 ball. Oh, nice. Nice. We got a good angle to hit the top side of this 14 with our cue ball, so I'm just gonna do that. We'll have the 3 or the 5 here. Just gotta nudge the top side of this 14. Yeah, we got the 5. Be nice to use the 5 to get on the 8. So let's do a back cut here. A little more angle on this 5 than we wanted, but the 8 ball does go in between, so let's see here. I don't like it. I really don't like this. I'm going to try to play a finesse spin with this. Come inside spin, and the inside's not going to switch here. It's going to hit the rail here, but then it's going to spin back and then spin back out for the 8 ball. This is a right-hand side spin on this ball. We want to get the cue ball to hit kind of down here with the edge of the cue ball has to hit right about here. So let's try this. Lots of right spin. Ah, we missed the 5. Jeez. Perfect position too, just like we wanted. That was close for the run out. Oh, man, disappointing. Okay, now we're stripes, and we got to deal with this. We could play a combination, or we could play a short side here. Both of them go. So I'm going to play this 9. If you can't hear my voice, I'm a little dejected. Didn't run that out. Make that one in the middle there. But okay, we got the 15 here. We can use the 15, or we could play the 14. We could also play the 13. 13 will bring us to the short side of the 12. It's got to avoid the scratch. Play a touchy shot here, but it's not a bad leave even if you wobble the 13, as long as you don't hit the 5 into the open. That was a great stroke. Just going to get straight on this 14. Roll it down for the 15. And then just come up for the 8-ball here. Play the 8 into the corner. Another 2-inning game. Trying to get a 1-inning game going. I haven't done it yet tonight. I do 5 racks, but if I don't get a run out, I'm going to keep playing until I get one. So this is the 5th rack, so I'm really hoping for a break and run here. You know? Let's see. See if we can get it. Should we try a second ball break? Should we do the Corey Duel special to try to run one out? Have you guys seen this? It's a bit of a pattern. It's a bit of a pattern to it. So it technically is a pattern rack. It's a second ball break. And I usually play my second ball break with my playing cue. Oh, again a dry break. Okay, let's see if we can get a 1-inning game here. Or I guess it would be, yeah, I still call it a 1-inning game. But, okay. I don't like that 5-ball. So for sure I'm going to take stripes here. It's because I can't stand when a ball is there like that. But I don't know, unless there's a ball close by that I can kiss off of that, then I don't mind it. But the problem with this rack is when I kiss it off, I'm kissing it into all kinds of problems. So for that reason, I'm going to take stripes. And the toughest ball I have for stripes is this 12. And I'm going to try to break it out right now and see if we can end up with a shot at least on the 10 or the 9 or the 12. It looks like actually I can play into this 7 ball, and I could play the 12 up into this corner now that I look at it. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to play the cue ball, shoot the 14 and hit the 7 and have it continue with a little bit of top just to touch the cushion and come out for a straight in shot on the 12 in the corner. Let's see if we can do this. Again, we're going to use just the tips. Andrew trick here and see if we can make this work this time. Okay. Yeah, worked well that time. And we're almost dead straight on this 12 here, which is nice. We're just gonna pop this in. Try to control the cue ball here. Jacked up, but feel pretty comfortable with this shot myself. Okay. Now we have a few different options, or we might have two options here. We have the 15 ball or the 9 ball. I was playing for the 9, to be honest, so maybe I should do that. The 15's not a bad shot either, though. It's kind of tricky. We got to get on the 13 ball, so that's our toughest shot. Getting on that correctly. So where does the 13 go? 13 will go into the middle. It'll go into this corner. Once the 10 is gone, it'll go into this corner. Probably just use the 9 and the 10 and then use the 15 to get on these two before the 8. That's what I feel is the best plan. I'm going to roll this 9 ball in and play for the 10 ball. Just gives you one more pocket for the 13. Right? So, where do I want to be on this? I'd like to be just off center. I could just stun in here, you know. Should come out with a shot on the 13. So the angle I have now is pretty good. So if I can get it somewhere in here. Not too bad. So now we're going to just draw under the 13 here. That's pretty good. We'll play this 13 with a little top inside, and we'll play the 11 up in this other corner. Okay, we'll play the 11 up in the corner, and then with the 8 ball in the middle. Oh, I dogged it. Dogged it like mad. Not even a single inning game. Okay, well, if I'm solids here, this 5 ball is difficult. It's my toughest ball on the table if I'm solid. So if you're not feeling confident and you're feeling confident in the safety, you could play a safety here behind the 1. You know, you hit your 5 off the cushion and you hold that cue ball right here. But you might be... You know, it's not a bad safety if you freeze it up because it's really hard to get spin on it in order to make the 11, and then the cue ball is going to be heading down this way. So, you know, you'd actually, if you could replace the 5, that would be even better. Even if they can see the top of this 11, I can't see what they can do with it. So, if you could just have it just right here where they can't see the 11 and they can't see the kick this way, I think that's a good safety shot. And so for you lower division players, I'm still an amateur myself, but I'm talking like if you're a 400 or 500 Fargo, you know, this might be a good strategy for you here. And the best advice I can give you in a situation like this, when you come up to the table, is think, if I had ball in hand with the cue ball and I could put it anywhere to hook that person, where would I want to put it? Well, probably the first place people would think would be like right here, which is okay. You know, you try to think, okay, then you think, well, how can I get the cue ball there? Very difficult. Another good place though is right here, like I looked. And that's the lesson I'm trying to teach here, is have a look where you're leaving the cue ball before you play a safety. You know, if you're playing a safety up table, walk over there where you think the cue ball is going to be. See what your opponent is going to have. You know, see and say, oh, if I left the cue ball right here, that person could pot that 11 ball in either corner. So I really need to get them at least right here or all the way to right here. Because if you could find yourself a zone and you try to play position for a zone, that's better, right? So for me, this is the easiest shot. It's not frozen, so as soon as I hit it, it touches the rail. As long as I don't put it right here, the cue ball, as long as I keep the cue ball where the 5 is, or, you know, even here really, I could even draw it to here. So that whole zone is pretty good for the cue ball, but frozen to the cushion. So I'm going to try to sit it right here to take away this cushion and to take away the cut. Okay, so that was a long drawn out round way about it, but I felt like, you know, if somebody could learn something there, that's what they could learn. So with that being said, I'm going to try to just play safe here. All right? And it's pretty decent. I did leave this cushion though. But like I said, it's a difficult shot with spin, and the chances to get on the 8 are slim. So I'm going to aim for it though. Going to try to make it. So I'm going to imagine the ghost ball. And how do I get my cue ball to that ghost ball? Where can I hit? I can hit here. And I need it to spin like this in order to make it. So that's what I'm going to visualize. And now I'm going to try to execute that. Okay? So I'm using a left-hand spin here. But if I get too up on it, I'm going to swerve it. So I need to hit it slowly so the spin grabs enough, right? Let's try this, but firmly where I can still make the ball. So let's try. Well, it's a good hit. Anytime you hit a ball, that's good. Now we have a clean table. We got good control of this table now, and we can plan out our run. Pretty natural to come for this 6 ball. It's the toughest ball. You want to get on it right away. So play to the 6. I'm looking at the angle I need to be this line, so the cue ball can come in and towards the 6. Play top spin here. Come into the cushion here. Towards the 6. A little bit above the 6 here. That's okay. I'll just play draw to the cushion and out for the 2. Straight bottom. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the 2 and play to the 3 or the 5. Or the 4 even. I'm just going to draw it straight up. I'm just going to play it straight up here. Just in between, okay. Now, how am I going to run this now? I could take the 5 now, or I could leave the 5 for last and play the 5 towards the 8, which isn't a bad plan. It all depends what you're comfortable with. You know, you want to play safe shots too, right? So maybe playing on this side of the 3 is a safe shot, because even if you miss, as long as you leave the cue ball here, you're not giving up anything. Where if you go for this 3 ball, if you miss, you're selling out the farm. Sometimes you got to look at 8 ball like that. It's not a negative way to look at it. It's just kind of like, what is a safe way to play this? Especially if you're not feeling confident or comfortable. That's a 2-way shot. You want to be able to play that, you know? This 11 ball doesn't go into the side, so if I leave my cue ball over here, I have the 5, or I have the 3, I mean, and they don't have the 11, even if I miss. So, what are your thoughts on that? That's maybe an amateur way of thinking, I don't know. Maybe pros never think like that. They just think, I got to play this shot, and I do know people that say the right shot is the right shot no matter what. If you believe that's the right shot, that's what you should go for. You shouldn't be timid at all or playing two-way shots. You should be going for it because it's just a game and you're trying to win. And the safest way to win is to not give your opponent a shot. So there's that whole dialogue that can be said too. So when you have these decisions, Niels Fan says awareness is huge. That's all I'm going to give away. He has the best mental training course ever. Go check it out. Awareness is huge. Knowing how you feel. Do I feel confident? I'll take on the 3. Am I feeling a little shaky? Maybe the 5's a smarter shot. Right? How do I feel? Thing about the 5 though is if you're confident and you play the 5 and you overcook it, you can land a little funny here, right? So maybe the right shot is just the right shot. That's how I'm going to play it this time. I'm going to play the 5 last. So I feel confident that this is the right shot to play. Just wanted to get a bit of a straighter angle of a 7 here. Almost too straight on this 5, but I think we're good. We can draw it straight back. There's the 8 ball. We got the 8 in the corner. There we go. That was rack number 5. And I left the cue ball there on purpose. That was another kind of two-way shot. If I play it that way, if I rattle it, at least I'm making the 11 ball harder for my opponent. It's all about awareness, confidence. How do you feel about the shot? Still didn't get a run out, so I'm going to keep going until I do. Should we hit head ball or second ball? Or what? Try head ball. That was rack number 5. Let's try another one. Practice room, what's up? What's happening? Yep, late night streaming. Late night practice. Where are you at? Woo! Made a ball that time. Is this going to be our run out to end the stream? Because now we're playing until we run out. Don't like this 10 ball. Use the 1 to get on the 4. Toughest solid is the 7. Can make the 7 off of the 4 and draw back for the 8-ball. So right now it's all about what's our first shot, what's our opener. We could play the 7 now as well. I think that's the shot with a little spin and try to come under here for the 3 or the 6. Just a little left-hand spin. Nice. We're nice on the 3 and we're nice on the 6. Do we want to play that 1 ball last now or the 4 ball last? Does the 1 ball go by the 4 this way? The 1 will go by the 4 that way as well. I'm not on the 1 right now. I could shoot the 6, the 2. I don't want to play the 3 last, so I think I was playing for it right now, the 3 or the 6, right? So I'm going to play this 3 with draw. And I'll end up with the 6, depending how full I hit it. I'll end up with the 6 or the 1. That's all I'm thinking about, just potting it. That's got nice on the 1 here, so we're also nice on the 2, but I think 1 to the 4 to the 2, 6 and then 8. It's just so easy to get the 4 out after this 1 ball, so I think that's the play. And it's pretty natural to get on the 2. So we could get on the 6 here as well. We could draw out for the 6 or the 2. Thing is you don't really want to be dead straight in on the 2. You'd like to have a little bit of angle. So I think I'll play for the 2. Just pop out enough on this 10 here. Probably dead straight in on the 2, which is what I didn't want. So now, the reason why I didn't want it is because I can't really move the cue ball much then. Just straight back or straight forward. I can try to cheat the pocket, but my pockets aren't super loose, so I don't have as much room. I want to be sure of the pot, so I'll try to stun over and get on the 6 here in the middle. Oh, way too much. I didn't think I could stun that much. Jeez, that's awful. Should have just played a straight stop. And you know what my mistake was there, guys? I didn't come over here and look. Straight stop was the shot, right? Straight stop. What are you doing? Why are you stunning it? Now I just have to do a Hail Mary, really. I'm going to lose the cue ball here. I'm going to try to cut it in because I want to get this run out. I'm in this far. I don't see really a safety per se here. Really tough. I could try to freeze to the 13, you know. You want to see kind of an advance. What do you do in safety? But then you're hitting the 6 down here, and you know, at this level of play that I'm at, I'm just going to be hooked solid, you know, right away. So, but for the sake of the video, let's go for the run out. I mean, we might as well, right? But how do we get on the 8 if we make it? I don't see a way here to get on the 8. Can we cut it and hit the 10? Is that on? Kind of hit here, hit the 10, and kind of bounce out the cue ball into the center to play the 8 ball here. I think that's on. So let's go for it. We're going to cut this 6 into the middle, right? And see here. And we'll try to come into the 10 and then bounce out for the 8-ball into the corner. Oh, it was close. We would have had it in the side. Okay. What do you do here if you're stripes? You got, how confident are you feeling, right? It's about awareness. You got a safety here easily behind, but you're potentially leaving a jump. You could play a safety back here off of this 13 ball, kind of a safe shot. You could play the two-way shot where you shoot this 13 in and you come 2 rails kind of out to here, you know, where you have maybe a better shot on this 15. I think that's the play. I'm going to play for position here, but I'm going to pot this 13 and go for it. So if I miss it, I play safe, but if I make it, it's still safe and I got decent position. I have decent position, I should say. Not God. Okay, see, like that. So I still hooked my opponent, and now I can feel a lot more confident about this shot because I'm like straight in. It's got to draw back a little bit, so use the 11 to break out the I can use the 11, or I could shoot the 10 now and then use the 15 to break those out. It's a little riskier. Well, I played shape for the 15, so that's what I'm going to play. Again, you know, depending on your confidence, you can play safe here fairly easily. Right? How confident are you feeling? I'm feeling like if I play out here for the 12, hopefully I get, you know, an angle on the 10 to come into the 14. So that's what I'm going to play here. I have the 12. I have a bit of an angle on the 10. I think I can just touch the 9, which would be good. Ooh, I just missed it. Now we're running out of options. I can go for it here. 2 rails of inside spin. Let's go for it. Try to rustle them up. We got it. That was a good shot. Now we just got to play 1 cushion and out for this 9. I'm playing inside to avoid hooking myself behind the 8-ball. Just going to stun off the rail and out. Center ball hit. And the 8 in the corner. Well, that was rack number 6. Again, it was a bit of a, did we play safe? No, we went for it. We missed it and we got punished. Okay. It's a 2-inning game. I've been playing a lot of 2-inning games, and those are good though, right? Because if you get in and you don't get out, oftentimes you get punished for it. And if the person you're playing breaks against you and they run 5 balls and they leave you the open balls, you need to be able to run out as well or play safe. So that's why it's good to play like this, to play both sides. Just play against yourself. Play both players. All right. Yeah. Okay. Rack 7, let's get a run out. Pretty open table here. Solids look good. Stripes look difficult just because of the 10-11. They're tied up. And neither one of them goes. So the 7-ball will go past. The keys are getting on that 7, getting on this 2. So right away I see 4 to the 6, right? And I'd really like to replace the 4 if I could, like a stun run, so that I have a slight angle, you know? Slight angle, so I could stun out again for this this 1. And again, it'd be nice to have a slight angle on the 1 to be able to draw out for the 7. Then shoot the 7, get on the right side of this 5, stun the cue ball over here for that 2 ball. If we get straight, we go underneath the 8 ball. If we leave ourselves angle, we just come up for the 8 in the same corner. And if we have too much angle, we cut it in and we use the 11 to stop the cue ball. So that's the pattern that I see. But you can see it looks like a fairly easy table. But if you get out of line at all, you could be in some real trouble here. So got to take every shot seriously. I planned out this whole rack. 4, 6, 1, 7, 5, 2, 8. See if we can do it. Looks like I'm a little bit too straight right off the bat, but not too bad. Let's see if we can do this here. Still have a little angle to play with. I'm going to look to see what kind of angle I need. I'd like to be right there if possible. I do have the 5 ball as well. There are other patterns here, but we're going to go with our first one. We came too far here, and this is what I mean with our other pattern. So the other pattern I see here is to play the 5 now, then shoot the 7 and come out here. Use the 1 to come 1, 2 rails, 3 rails, and down for the 2 on this side, right? Another thing you could do is you could play the 1, play the 5, and draw the 7 ball, draw off the 7 to this pocket here, but I don't feel as comfortable with that shot myself. So I'm going to see where I need to be. If I was right where the 5 is, that might be all right to give me my angle. So I'm going to try to get back to kind of where the 5 is. See if this will work. Now where do I want to be on this 1 ball to come around the table for the 2? Right? Probably right here, somewhere right here. Okay. Ooh, came too far and I'm dead straight here. Almost straight. I'm actually slightly on the wrong side of this 1 ball. Draw is the shot. I can cut the 2 from here, right? And remember I said, if we get too thin on this 2 ball, if we hit it perfect and cut it, we could use the 11 to stop the cue ball for the 8. So I'd like to hit the rail about here with spin, or even into the 14 if possible, but I don't know what I have here. I'm gonna try my best to draw this back as straight as possible. I don't want to land on the 14 and hook myself though, so gotta be careful. Ooh, I was able to miss the 14. Beautiful. Just drew it the best I could. That worked out really well. Got the 8-ball. There it is, our first run out. It took us 5, 6, our 7th rack we ran out. So that's it, that's the show. It's usually just 5 racks, but if I don't get a run out now, I'm gonna keep going until I break and run out a rack. So thanks again for showing up, tuning in, and I will see you all next time. I have a little review video I'm working on right now. So stay tuned for that. Have yourself a great weekend. Bye now.